secure the tower. Every 4 computers now have primary control of critical vehicle functions.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another broadcast from your home of Overwatch, Encore Overwatch. My name is Professor AJ. Joining me tonight is the one and only Hotel Daraj. How are you doing tonight, my friend?
Doing good. It's good to be here. I'm ready to see some awesome plays coming out from these two teams.
And so am I. Tonight, we have a matchup between Team Aquatic and SS Nautilus, our number 1 and number 3 teams ranked respectively. Here we find ourselves in the third place match. As you can see here on the screen, we have how these two teams got here. Aquatic taking the first win, but losing in the semifinals to the number 2 ranked Celestial Wind. And SS Nautilus fighting their way through the losers bracket, hopefully coming on some kind of redemption arc here to get all the way to the finals after losing their first match to Celestial Wind, who is in the finals as of this moment. What do you think about that? Good story, right?
Yeah, I mean, definitely, Celestial Wind has had a very dominant showing thus far in this tournament. So SS Nautilus kind of stuck with them in that first round. We haven't necessarily gotten to see exactly what they're capable of. So tonight, we have Aquatic and SS Nautilus. These are the top two contenders for that spot to go into that final. And I think SS Nautilus has had a good run here in the losers bracket.
Yeah, and everybody loves an underdog. I mean, losing the first round, fighting your way through the bracket, you gotta have a lot of people root for that, especially against the number 1 team.
But Aquatic's got to be hungry, especially after
sure.
last night. Taking a 3-0 loss to in the semifinals, they've got to be real hungry to get into that final spot. Take down SS Nautilus and then go for that double elimination to take the prize pool.
Absolutely. And if this wasn't mentioned before, I'm sure it was multiple times. First place winner, $100, not bad between 6 people. Second place, $50, still not bad for playing a game that's 5 years old. Third place, loser of this match, nothing. So there is something on the line here tonight.
Yeah, definitely. I played in some amateur tournaments, and it's most of these people are out here for the fun of it, and sometimes walking away with a few bucks in your pocket, for playing a game that you enjoy. That's just
Absolutely.
a little bit of whipped cream on top.
Absolutely. It is for the fun, but hey, whenever you can make a couple bucks playing a game for fun, why not? Put that on the old Overwatch resume coming out for Overwatch 2. So I think it's going to be one of the things I'm looking forward to is seeing what these two teams are going to be running. On the next screen here, we're going to see a couple of the team's favorite heroes. Team Aquatic, you can see they're essentially going to be running Rush. I mean, if we're being honest here, you take a peek at this. Reinhardt, Diva, Cole Cassidy. Did I nail that?
Yeah,
May,
yeah, you
Baptiste,
did.
Lucio. Am I going to be able to do that in game? Who knows? Who even knows? I think it's going to be real awkward if Moira is being played and trying to get used to the Cole. Which one's that? Not sure.
I think I'm going to call him Cass. I think I'm going to call him Cass for short. I think it's easier
Cass?
than Cole.
Okay. I mean,
Cass
I
on flank.
might just stick with Cowboy because that does seem very relevant. And
Boots.
Yeah, boots.
I hear boot noises.
Okay, we'll see about that. And over here for SS Nautilus, I have heard that they play a mean double bubble. And with Winston Zarya, Ash and Hanzo, a little double sniper action with the Mercy Zen. Hey, I'm going to be loving this matchup if we get to see Rush versus some kind of dive hybrid composition. There is nothing better than that in my book. What do you think?
I mean, certainly. I think in that case, if we do see that kind of dichotomy of two different play styles, it might come down to the map picks, like who takes our first map, who gets that coin flip and gets that advantage could be the decider. It happens all the time. When you see these teams that are just so, diametrically opposed in play style.
Right.
Sometimes the map makes all the difference.
Yeah, and it's always fun to see, 10, 11, 12 different hero picks on the field at the same time. Um, and for those of you viewers who have watched, who've been following along with this tournament, you know that we're going to be starting off on Rialto tonight. That is the #1 pick across the board for all the matches so far. So going into Rialto for Escort, Control and Hybrid are next, and then if need be, Assault, and then one more Escort. It appears as though all of the players are here, so we should be getting underway in just a few moments. Give me a couple of your final thoughts here, just before we kick off this match. Are you going to be counting on the Rush team, Team Aquatik, or are you going to be counting on the quote-unquote more flexible team of SS Nautilus?
I mean, flexibility is important in a game like Overwatch. I think it'll remain to be seen how much Aquatik is capable of really leveraging that rush comp. It's going to come down to pathing. It's going to come down to timing. It's going to come down to ability usage. Ultimately, I think both of these teams are in a great position here tonight to clinch up this losers final and move forward.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. I think, not only pathing, but target focus. If they're able to break that bubble, kill the Winston, then, double bubble might not be the choice. But if you're not able to stay together, stay in that Lucio aura, hey, and people break off, branch off, and do their own thing, then it might be really difficult in that respect.
There is actually a lot of pretty relevant high ground here on first point Rialto for that double bubble composition to leverage in their favor.
Double versus double shield.
Yeah, it does look like Aquatik is looking for a double shield here. Not a bad pick, honestly. A lot of really long open sight lines on this map.
Yeah,
a lot of distance to cover for Zeus and Griffin.
Interesting. I mean, double shield has been very, very strong on the first point of Rialto for, how long now?
I don't remember when this map came out.
It's an incredible dominant
Everything's a blur.
Yeah. An incredibly dominant composition here. But looks like we're going to be running with these comps here.
I'm looking to see what I'm looking for in this fight is honor. This Pharah can be very strong here playing off of these rooftops. Yeah. But with those barriers, the real question is going to be how much of his damage can he slip through.
Right, and then pocketed Pharah versus pocketed Ashe.
And it looks like Gamer hopping up onto the high ground, taking a little bit of energy there for Socks. Just kind of rinse and repeat. That's kind of how this composition plays.
I like what the Doomfist is trying to do here.
Taking another hop. Honor does fall, so it is a 5v6 here, but that cart is still inching forward. Really no broad commitments made yet. Gamer does take a rock, and Socks is going to fall here. Both tanks here for SS Nautilus taking a ton of damage. You got to wonder if Ashe is going to be able to keep them up and keep them healthy here. Is going to find the res onto Socks. And it looks like Crafty falling to Azer there, and now it's Nautilus with the advantage as Azer finds another with a punch onto Griffin, up 2 now. And the Bob is unable to stop the cart, so it is just going to keep on rolling. That monkey bubble just making it a totally ineffectual ult. And it is Nautilus now, shifting, turning the tides. Ashe coming out with a very large res. As the re-engage comes out, Zeus finds Gamer immediately. Griffin finds Azer. And a lot of kills going back and forth, but it does look like Aquatik is going to be able to stop this cart as Ashe goes for another really bold res, finds Gamer with the bubble from Socks.
It's a huge bubble.
Already some very large plays as Socks gets the nano on the grab.
He's so close to
putting out right clicks, trying to take him down.
He's got it.
Gamer going deep with the angry monkey as still a fight that is very scrappy and refuses to end. I wonder if they're going to be able to make something happen. Honor drops the dragon. Is it going to be enough to push these tanks off of cart?
Yep.
It's just Jog touching the cart now. And it does look like they're going to get that checkpoint.
Wow.
Wow, Ashe bringing it back from the brink. A lot of the time you don't see a whole lot of talk about mercy plays, but those were some big mercy plays on this first point offense to keep that rolling.
Yeah, not only did Azer come up in the kill feed multiple times there, but I don't think that Gamer and Azer on the Winston and Doomfist would have been able to do much without Socks and Ashe's help.
definitely coming up very big, managing to get Gamer back in the fray to create all that space. As now, once again, this cart rolling very uncontested as Gamer just takes a ton of damage, does manage to get out with their life.
Oh boy.
The Meteor
Where's he
Strike
going?
coming in from Azer. What's he looking for? Looking
He's
for a
out.
rollout, possibly. He's going to land a huge seismic slam. Finds two. Ice Spirit and Griffin are out already. Azer just absolutely leveraging the cooldowns of this Doomfist to make such an impact. As now Crafty does manage to take out that Doomfist, is going to just get res back up by Ashy, and this cart
my gosh.
will not stop rolling.
Oh my gosh. Azer has to thank Honor for that Sonic Arrow. He has to thank Socks for the friendly bubble. He has to thank Ashy for the res. Holy moly.
Just getting all the setup in the world as
What a team
once
play.
again another bunch of staggers as SS Nautilus just continues to roll forward. I told you that this team was probably hungry, and I think I was correct.
I think you were correct. Now let's just step away from Nautilus for just like half a second here. You are on Aquatik. Do you make switches?
I mean, honestly, third point here, I'm swapping brawls. You got to take a faster fight. Azer's is rolling out on you. You're playing too slow, too pokey. You don't have the space. I would see a swap here if I was Aquatik. But it looks like a seismic, gravitic flux coming out from Jog, as it does look like they will be able to stop this cart. A lot of kills coming up for Aquatik here, finally.
Yeah,
But
finally.
with 4 minutes in the time bank, that is a lot of time for Nautilus to make some plays and close out this third point.
Yeah, they're coming up here with 4 ults against 0. I think
Think
the
we're going to
advantage
see a
goes
space
to-
jam?
Oh, I hope so. They're with no defensive ults. I'm sure they're going to be able to destroy this this drone real fast.
Gamer goes deep to follow up a huge biotic grenade.
Absolutely.
Sully lands a biotic grenade onto the Kree and the BAP, and that's all you need to clean up that fight is
Yeah.
1 nano and
Double
1
support ult.
cooldown.
Double support ult, but hey,
they did
they still
double
have Space
support
Jam. Oh, and they are at the door with the res.
Very
They still have
aggressive
Space Jam
plays.
here. Oh, they go the Brig for the survivability. They have Copy. They've
They
got
also
a
have
ball
Grab
down.
Dragon.
Oh,
It
of course
does look
they
like
do.
they're going to pop that
Let's just use
dragon.
all
The
of them.
lamp is up. It's going to get taken out. That's 4 for Honor. And this is
It's only
exactly
ball.
where you want to be if you're Nautilus. All you got to do is clean up 1 Wrecking Ball,
Yeah,
and
unfortunately,
you're
they don't really
rolling in
have
pretty.
a lot of stun going on here, but they do get
Okay,
the kill.
though, it doesn't really look like they're going to be
Yeah.
able to get a touch here. And that is Nautilus closing out third point with 2 minutes 50 seconds in the time bank, and absolutely dominant offense.
Yep, very, very dominant. That was extremely fun to watch. Sometimes one-sided affairs are not really fun for the viewers, but with the amount of setup that this composition takes, it is so much fun to watch every piece of the puzzle come together, work together to make it happen. Because that Gamer and Azer, did they show up in the kill feed a lot? Sure, but were they carrying? I don't think they could have done it alone. I think that without their team, that it would have been an extremely difficult ask for them to cap that as fast as they did. I think that everybody on their team played extraordinarily well, and they knew exactly what their job was supposed to be.
Oh, yes, of course. You know, we saw some really big pop-off plays that half from the offense, but, you know, Overwatch is a team game. You're not wrong.
It is.
You know, you
It's
got to get that
always
set
will
up.
be.
Honor finding that Sonic Arrow for that huge play on second point that Azer just, like, rolling out. He had the information. He knew that he could do that rollout and he could land something big. And, you know, I'm just ecstatic right now. Almost on the borderline of speechless from
Yeah.
the sheer level of gas behind Nautilus right now.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Coming out incredibly strong.
So now we've got a dive with a Pharah going
Playing a
against double
spare dive.
sniper, double shield.
Griffin being kept honest by Honor. Almost falling down
Zeus,
pretty
Zeus,
quickly.
what you doing on the boat there? Oh, okay, he found his way off. I thought he was stuck.
As now Crafty jumping up to pressure this high ground, get a little bit of ult charge as that cart rolls forward.
Big pick from on.
Not quite a perfect turning of the tables as we do see Nautilus now with the double barrier and more of a pure dive from Aquatik.
I think, okay, so as this fight kind of devolves here, I think this fight is over for the most part. I think that that Nautilus isn't going to is going to do their very best to keep the cart in this small hallway right here. They have these two corners and this building with so much cover and so much shield pressure that it's going to be extremely difficult for dive to happen. Because the Widow is so far away. Hanzo is so mobile.
Zeus did actually manage to take out Honor there, but then Ashy with some very evasive movement, managing to get off a res and avoid several rockets from Griffin.
Hey man, good
really
mercies
solid
are good.
Mercy play coming out.
Oh, look at this! Look at this! Honor, what are you doing there? I don't know if he's gonna make it.
Honor does manage to get that Mega, but with the Monkey
yeah.
chasing,
that might have been a little bit of
like
overstep
back to
there.
spawn they're going.
Uh-oh.
Nano Monkey onto Crafty. That's a lot of damage coming out. Azer's going to fall to Griffin. Is it going to be enough? You know, Griffin manages to find another, and with a big twist, that's both tanks down, and now, finally, the cart's going to roll forward for Aquatik.
Yeah, that entire fight, the cart was not moving.
But ultimately, that is a couple ultimates used here pretty early. You're not going to have that Pulse Bomb, you're not going to have that Nano to close
They
out
will have a
first
barrage,
point.
though.
It's going to have to be a big barrage.
Yeah, it's going to be up against 4 ultimates here. This is going to be an interesting fight. This is going to be an interesting fight.
Crafty goes deep, gets stunned, is going to prop that Primal Rage. A big barrage comes out. Nobody can shut it down until Ashy whips out the Glock.
That's what's up.
Rival reses here as now it's Honor trying to clean up this overzealous Mercy. Does manage to find Yandere, but is it going to be enough?
Oh,
no, they are going to get that checkpoint.
He sure tried, though.
So many kills
He's
in the kill
still trying.
for Honor as he's just cleaning up the cart.
He just got 5 kills. Stop him on the bridge.
Ashley dropping a little bit of a tactical crouch on their teammate there. I like that.
Oh my. Alright, okay. Sox goes Diva here, losing the double shield for a little bit more pressure on the Pharah. I like it. Crafty missing the jump. It happens to everybody.
Nautilus leveraging this high ground. It's going to be pretty huge. Griffin already at 40% is going to get taken down by Honor again. As now, you got to wonder if they're going to get this cart to stop rolling. Honor's going deep, tries to find something, doesn't manage to clean up Yandere.
Oh.
There's just a lot happening. Once again finds Griffin. And a scrappy fight, to say the least. Honor is showing up on this defense.
Yeah, he's just getting in there, man.
As unfortunately, Sully SW is going to get anti-nated fresh off that respawn from Ashy. And this cart also moving at a pretty healthy pace.
Yeah.
You know? Aquatik having a healthy offense of their own. You know, Nautilus kind of struggling to
Honor, my guy,
get kills fast enough, but Honor just kind of putting the kills on his back right now.
Yeah, the cowboy pick, big. His second high noon.
Trying to buy a little bit of
touch?
space
Sox
with this
does.
high noon. It does look like they're going to be able to touch, stop that checkpoint from rolling. As now it's Crafty jumping in deep.
Hazer.
Trying to get a little thing going, coming really close to that Primal Rage. Are they going to pop it, though? A lot of kills going both ways. Ashy resing their fellow support as the scrappy fight does not end. And Azu does manage to find Zeus now. This is a good opportunity for them as it's only tanks. And that is a tough spot to lose.
Ooh.
That is a long way to walk back
Yeah.
from attacker's spawn.
I do like to see Sully back on the Ana here. I think his anti-nades during the first attack round were pretty big. It looks like the... Oh, I thought they were going to jump over the wall, the short wall there.
It does look like Griffin is looking for something from that end.
Yeah, he's looking for a little barrage
Waiting
in
for the
back
Nano,
there.
going in for a big barrage. He's
sees
going to
it.
get DM'd, slept! Absolutely huge from Sox, stopping the barrage just long enough for Sully to land a huge sleep. And now another scrappy fight devolving as Azer finds Griffin, the Doomfist countering the Pharah Mercy combination. As Ashy picks back up Sully again. Zeus deep in this backline trying to make something happen. And is just going to take a dip. Just
I think my
reset.
favorite part. I think my favorite part of that fight was Honor getting the Nano and just standing still on the stairs to hit every single shot. Why 80 spam when your Nano didn't have a pocket? What's the point? Just hit your shot.
Unkillable Kree is unkillable?
Unkillable, what did you say?
Oh, sorry.
Ooh.
Unkillable Cole Cassidy. It's fresh.
Yeah, I know, I know. It is good to see that gamer playing this Orisa, knowing exactly his boundaries, like where he can be and where he can go. It's fun to watch.
Oh, and a bomb came out from Sox there. Didn't manage to find anyone. Sent a little too high.
Griffin's in.
Now a bomb of their own coming out from Jog, and it sends Sox into the drink!
Oh,
And
awkward.
that's a huge opportunity! As it does
gonna
look
be
like
a cap.
Aquatik is in a position to cap this point now. And wow,
Yeah, Griff-
that fight devolved very quickly.
Yeah, Griffin and Yogg, they went in deep. They went in deep for Sully there, and they got their kill. So well played. Well played, knowing exactly what they wanted to do and then accomplishing that goal.
But now you gotta wonder if the composition that they've been running for the majority of this map is gonna be as effective, you know? There's so many chokes here, there's so much, like, tight space that you gotta wonder if this Pharah is gonna be able to operate as healthily.
Yeah.
As Zeus goes in, looks for a pulse bomb, it does get lamped. Crafty manages to find Honor. This first pick for Aquatik could be their opening, as now Griffin going deep, looking for kills onto this tank line, is absolutely shelling.
How does he keep punching this far?
It's an enigma. Griffin taking out that one gamer with a big barrage.
Oh, Honor,
Ooh,
this guy.
Honor coming back from spawn, pops the Deadeye.
Gets the
And
pharmacy.
Azer finds two as well. And it looks like that's all they're going to need to clean that one up. And
I
they
think
did
this is
have
the-
to invest a couple of ultimates there, but ultimately a
Yeah.
pretty healthy stop.
Yeah, as if Honor and Ashy aren't going to get their ultimates back so quickly. They've been playing. Both of them have been playing an incredible map. Still no switches for Aquatik though.
It looked like Griffin was
interesting.
about to swap off.
Yeah.
Their alt charge reset there.
Yeah,
So
I
it
think
looked like they
Griffin
were going
switched
for
to-
something and they changed
Yeah.
their mind.
It happens.
All they've got here is a Valk to try and break this choke as a bongo comes out from Gamer here.
Azer went too deep on the Pharah.
Shelling all of those beams, providing so much extra damage to their team. A window coming out from Sully.
Oh no!
Bomb going deep for Ice Spirit. And everything's coming up Nautilus right now. All they have to do is clean up a few more bodies, and they could take this first map. Gamer's gonna fall to Zeus' Pulse Bomb. Honor does find Griffin. Again, Azer takes out Yogg. And it's just Zeus here on the cart, trying to keep it alive. And Crafty doesn't look like they're going to be able to get back, is going to desperately try to jump, but is going to get punched by Azer, and that is first map Rialto going to SS Nautilus.
Wow, that was a great map. That was a really, really great map to watch. I think that the entire team of SS Nautilus was able to play together and set each other up so well. This is not what I would have expected the playing game to be. But then again, he's gonna kill a lot. I thought it was gonna be on the other side on the bridge. He takes out 5 by himself. But what was I saying here? I think that having the versatility to be able to play those two different comps and play those two different comps to an incredibly high level, it was a great map.
Yeah, definitely. You know, we saw some really great things coming out from both teams there. You know, it's when a map goes in favor of one team, it's pretty easy to focus on the success stories. But ultimately, like, Aquatik still having actually a very good showing. That 3rd point choke is incredibly difficult to break.
Yeah, especially when you're going against a tank line like Gamer and Sox. Gamer played the Orisa really, really well, and Sox knew exactly how to manage his DM so that he was able to negate the barrage almost entirely. Was able to dive the correct targets and peel for his other tank and for his supports. You know, enough about Nautilus for just 1 second. Let's talk about Aquatik. How were they able to push all the way to 3rd point? Their 2nd point push, really, really good. The way that they capped and finally broke that first choke on Rialto, really, really well executed. They were finally able to get into the backline. But then again, you could say it was because Honor pushed up and tried to go for a real cheeky angle. What do you think really helped break that first choke?
You know, honestly, you know, that first point, I think just kind of favored them, you know, like you can play the Widow there. And as long as, I think it is actually just what you said, was punishing the overconfidence of Honor to take that deep flank as Widow. Like, they capitalized on it great. And all of a sudden, Griffin was just free to play.
Yep.
Like, it was the moment they came out of those starting gates, Griffin went really high, took a shot from Honor, and immediately had to play really conservative. Taking out that Widow opens up so much possibilities, and ultimately, I think it is that Pharah pick that kind of kept the pressure up for them. But I think it might have also been their Achilles heel, because the moment that Sox swaps D.Va, and you've got Honor on that Kree being so efficient at taking you down, even through Mercy Pocket, maybe it would be better to just change up the game plan.
Yeah. I think the Fire Tracer, really, really great. But when Honor is playing a McCree like that, when Sox is playing a D.Va like that, it's just going to make your job so much harder and make you have to play like he's not. Like, you're going to have to hit every single shot and play every angle perfectly.
They were investing very heavily in the Pharah. Like, we saw a lot of nano, we saw on second point there, actually, a nano Pharah barrage that just got defense matrix and then slept. And that's going to be the story of playing into a Ana D.Va with Pharah.
We've got a couple of seconds here. Looks like we have very, very similar compositions with the Sigma swapped out for the D.Va on the two sides. Who comes out on top in this first fight?
Honestly, we talked about Aquatik as the rush team. My money's on Aquatik for this. Control
I
center,
guess,
a very rush-favored map,
Nautilus didn't even want to take this first fight.
They do get first control here of this. Wait, what happened to Gamer? Looks like Gamer maybe just getting bumped off the map or something.
He missed the TP. Yeah. Poor guy. Well,
that's first control probably going to fall over to Aquatik here. You know, getting control of White Room very
I mean, they
important.
could rush right in, but nah, they're going to stop.
But also, Aquatik not, overcommitting, realizing that the Rhyme was out that first fight means that we are still very even on a ultimate advantage. That being said, a very dominant showing coming out from Aquatik thus far.
Even, they lost 3 people.
Well, it was even in ult charge, is what I was saying.
As the words left your mouth.
Now, now there's a bit of an advantage.
Small advantage.
But Zeus just getting up to that third beam very quickly, and a very decisive offense there from Aquatik as they recognized that third level beam and just went with it.
Going to the top room, I think a tire is going to be extremely effective right now. If he can land it.
Definitely, possibly. As Griffin is going to go off to the flank and try to
he's
pop
behind.
it.
Oh,
Doesn't
nice
manage
shot.
to get anything going. Azer cleaning up the tire. Now just desperately trying to break this one choke. A huge shatter coming out from Crafty. Finds 3. As Azer also trading in their tire, not finding anything. And ultimately, 50% of progress has ticked in favor of Aquatik here, as neither team has been able to make anything happen. This choke ineffectual for both of them.
Yeah, you gotta imagine what would have happened if they actually played out that first fight in servers.
Oh, a 5-man Gravitic Flux beat drop from Ashy to counter. But that one Gamer is going to get pinned, is going to fall super low. Dropping an Earth Shatter into the barrier of Crafty, finding no one, as now a very scrappy brawl on this point. It does look like a possible advantage here for Aquatik, as a bomb coming out from Sox isn't going to find anything, just going for that remech. And it does look like this could be their opportunity, but Crafty's coming back and he's got Earth Shatter in the pocket. It could be huge.
Oh, wow.
Oh, Crafty's 1 health. Definitely not going to invest that. Just give that up. It's 99% to 0.
All right,
Reset, go again.
And sometimes I'm just so happy that you do play-by-play, because the amount of particle effects in that fight. How did we play this game?
It's impossible.
Impossible.
I don't really know what's happening.
A TP right into the middle of the team.
Ooh, a very aggressive TP. Crafty finds another huge shatter onto Gamer. Gamer answers back with a shatter on 3. Cleans up Crafty. And that's 3 bodies down for Nautilus. Gamer falling very late there, as now Aquatik hopping onto this point with tons of damage. As Nautilus is just desperately trying to keep it alive. Azer is going to find Zeus and Griffin, both DPS out of the fight here for Aquatik. Can they keep it going? Sox is going to yeet out a bomb. Manages to find Ice Spirit. And oh my god, they're pulling it back!
That was unbelievable. Azer Never switch off Doomfist.
They went down 3 that fight and somehow managed to keep it alive. I thought the round was over for sure.
Unreal. That shatter by Crafty and then the answer of Sound Barrier from Ashy swung that entire fight.
Absolutely
Holy
massive.
crap. Unreal.
You know, Ashy coming out with some really great play on the support role here.
Yeah,
you know,
dude,
just
this guy.
playing a really great game.
I'm impressed.
And now we're back to the dark room as they fight for
Attire
it.
coming in.
Will Attire find anything? Griffin going for it. Doesn't manage to
One.
find much. Does manage to find 1. As now Nautilus looking a little bit on the back foot as this fight gets extra scrappy. Azer looking for the Baptiste. Can't manage to find him. Not yet, at least. As it does look like points finally going to flip. 99 to 93. Will they be able to get a touch? Keep it alive. Honor does manage to get some feet on, but they're not going to be able to keep it up for long. Azer going in deep. Doesn't manage to find anything with the cooldowns. And Gamer has to touch. A Gravitic Flux manages to find nothing. Ashy all alone on this point. He's going to get shattered by Crafty, and that's going to be the round.
Wow. That was a really fun one. That was a really fun one back and forth.
Oh my god, I'm hitting the NOS tonight.
You really are. I gotta tell you.
Oh, that fight was
Lijiang
scrappy.
Tower,
That was entertaining.
Lijiang Tower is one of my favorite maps. Hands down, has to be. Because all 3 points give you something different. And they're all so much fun individually, but this entire sequence is just peak Overwatch.
Indeed, and it does look like we see Griffin going back to that Pharah that they had played on Rialto. Honor gonna meet that Pharah.
Looks like
Gotta
Honor
wonder if
wants to
they're
take
gonna
the
go
duel.
for. It looks like maybe Ash is gonna speed out and swap
5,
Mercy. That would make
4,
sense.
3,
Or they're gonna
2,
stay. Oh,
1.
Azer's over to the Doomfist.
Round
Interesting.
Lots happening here. A very interesting comp coming out from Nautilus. Lots of mobility.
The ball versus the Winston. This is gonna be interesting. Azer on the comfort pick. A lot of walls here on point though, so.
Now both Pharahs meeting over this courtyard. Taking their shots, trying to make something happen. Aiming for ultimate supremacy as Crafty goes off the
There it
edge,
is.
punched by Azer. And that's your opening pick. Sully finds Zeus, but Jog's going to clean up Sully. Ooh, it looks like Gamer just went off the map as well. Both main tanks having an unfortunate end to the environment.
What an interesting evolution of this fight.
Yeah, a lot happening. As it
And
looks
he
like
got
Crafty's
rezzed and then
on
died.
the return.
Okay, Sully.
And now Nautilus a little on the back foot, losing first control again. Not really where you want to be, especially, you know, playing this composition that's really not very fast, kind of looking for a pick.
Yeah.
You know, you
this-
got to wonder how much percentage Aquatik's going to get before a real fight devolves.
I mean, I guess that's really up to Gamer and Azer. What are they going to do here to get in and get the chains moving?
Their
gonna draw
fight
attention.
devolves. They're trying to make something happen. And Nano Boost coming out onto Griffin. That's a ton of damage getting shelled out by this Pharah. If they can land the rockets. Zeus does manage to clean up Azer, but Honor finding Zeus right back. And kills going back and forth between these two teams. As a barrage finally comes out from Honor. Does manage to find 2, and that could be their opportunity here to flip point. But they're hopping off of it. Okay.
Okay.
You know, sometimes you gotta chase the kills.
I guess.
And it's a 54% progress for Aquatik by the time that they lose it. That's not a bad spot to be.
No, it's not bad at all.
But also
I do
much
gotta
better
say-
for Nautilus than last stage.
Yeah. I do gotta say, it looks like the D.Va and the ball are not really syncing up as much as they could. It seems like the ball is just kind of doing their own thing.
Yeah, it is one of
that's
those
gonna
tough
be big.
things. Kind of wondering if the D.Va's even meant to sync with the ball, or if it's literally just an answer to Griffin.
It very
Ashley
well
is
could.
going to look for the res there on Sully. That's back to a 6v6 here as the fight continues to devolve. Looks like Crafty getting pinned here a little bit. Is going to pop the Primal Rage to keep himself alive. Pushing Azer right off the side of the map.
As he ease off the map. Love it.
And now
Gamer
it looks
just
like about
spin to win over here.
43%. As it looks like a done deal, but we got to wonder how long it's going to take them to clean up the bodies on point here.
Yeah, with the Mercy and ball, it could be a while.
Yeah, that Gamer just spinning to win, and now all the respawns coming back here for Nautilus. This could actually be a fight win as Gamer finds Jog.
Whoa, check that out.
Is it Jog or Yog?
I was saying Yogg because I've watched Anchorman a lot of times. The soft J.
This Yogg.
Yeah, you know, I could have looked at the pronunciation chart, but I really want it to be Yogg.
Wow. Absolutely very impressive from Nautilus there, you know, to pull that one back. It looked like
Yeah,
it was definitely going the way of Aquatik there for a bit.
Yeah, spin to win sometimes works, even all the way up here.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be
It
silver.
looks like we are getting into last fight territory here, 85%, as a nano-boosted Winston going deep for Sully is going to clean that up with the assistance of his off-tank. As now Sox dropping the bomb onto Yandere's noggin. And Jog answers right back, taking back Honor. And another fight that really is very, very scrappy, as now Zoo is trying to keep it alive. And Griffin coming in with a barrage isn't going to manage to find anything. Going to get DM'd, as now it's Ice Spirit who has to touch. But Jog is back on the ball. Swap from the D.Va. Is going to get solo barrage. Well, I guess that's a double barrage. Wow, this fight is taking a while, as
There we go.
now it's just Crafty.
Mines will clean it
Zeus
up.
left on this point. Crafty going to take that pulse bomb from Azer, and that is
Big
finally
sleep.
going to close that up.
Big sleep there from Sully.
But that
he got
means
a
now
couple
we
of huge
move on
ones.
to Night Market.
Finally.
And we saw Aquatik come out very dominant. Admittedly, they did get a big advantage on Gamer missing the TP and falling off the map. But they did look very dominant on Control Center, where they were allowed to kind of lean into the strength of their Brawl.
I agree.
And that map, not as favored for Brawl. You know, so this one could go either way.
All right. Gamer, you got this.
5, 4,
Hit the TP.
3, 2,
Am I allowed to put that in chat?
All right, and it does look like Aquatik
get there
rolling out with
the
the double
exact
main
same
tank
time.
cleave. Ice Spirit cleaning up Azer immediately, and that's a huge opportunity
Yeah,
here
that's
for
huge.
Aquatik as they
That's
are
huge.
brawling out. Crafty falling to Gamer. And actually, a lot of bodies for
Hotel.
Nautilus.
Hotel, look what they're playing. Cleave Clomp.
Yes. The double main tank.
Oh, love it. Love it.
Choke control, and yet it looks like Nautilus is coming out with a more dominant showing here. You know,
My
they-
lord, how
they
fast
lost
did Azer get
Crafty-
back from that
They lost
fight?
Crafty very quickly in that fight, and I think they probably need a little more tank, a little less swing.
Yeah, I can agree with that. So, you lose this first point on Night Market. How many more times do you try to go in with Brawl? Or
I mean, you can certainly try.
no,
I
but
would
how
probably
many
do
more
one
times,
round of ults
realistically?
and see how it goes, and then probably just rethink my life.
I think this is going to be a swap after this
Now, yep, already Nautilus coming up big with some kills, but Crafty and Ice Spirit answering back with 2.
fight. No.
That being said, Sox and Honor have something to say about it, and all those bodies.
Yeah, I think
Falling
this comp is
for
very
Aquatik.
weak. Very weak to Pharah. I think they need to make the switch. I don't think running Brawl into this again and again and again is going to provide any different results.
Well, they have dropped the Cleave Clomp
Unfortunate.
in favor of
That's-
a more classic Brawl, which could work.
I mean, it all depends on how aggressive Nautilus plays, because if they play here, right up in choke, well, that bomb is deep.
Honor's already at a 3rd level beam.
Yeah.
Crafty falling dangerously low. Being said, Honor does manage to find Crafty finally. This 3rd level beam still gonna clean up Yandere as well. That is an absolute ton of damage, and Aquatik just can't seem to get a foothold here.
Yeah. It's got to be Swapperoonie time. Like, they're playing too fast. They're playing too aggressive. I think there's just a major difference here.
Yeah, the real problem with playing that Brawl is that if you can't break that choke immediately, Honor's gonna get to that 3rd level beam, and at that point,
Exactly.
you know, Crafty won't be able to do anything.
No way.
As Gamer takes down Griffin with a fire strike.
This guy's got a Giga Brain.
Oh, looking
He says
for the
Griffin.
Shadow, gonna try to take him out once more, but Griffin is gonna punish that aggression. As
Why
now
is
it's
he
Zeus
getting,
keeping
overtime?
this point alive, as Griffin finally making their way on. Trying to keep things alive, as Honor just tracking this Pharaoh with the beam. That is an absolute ton of damage. As now Crafty desperately trying to keep things up. Ice Spirit's going to fall. And it's just Zeus again trying to keep it alive. Yogg's coming back on the ball, trying to keep things going. But a lot of kills coming up for Nautilus, and they're not going to be able to touch. And that's 2 maps now in favor of SS Nautilus.
Yeah, redemption arc here. It is pretty big. I think that the inability to swap on that map is what sank Aquatik.
Yeah, definitely. You know, those Symmetra comps, very weak to spam.
Right.
Which, you know, specifically spam and mobility.
Yeah.
Which we didn't see come out from Aquatik there.
Right.
You know, instead they went for a little bit more precise, like, pick-off, brawl. And ultimately, you know, with all those sim turrets and all that damage coming out towards you, it's just it's a tough gap to close.
Yeah, and it's just Brawl v Brawl is so difficult against a good Symmetra. You know, how she has evolved over the years into a character that just eats shields for breakfast, where she needs them to survive because, 1, unlimited ammo, 2, third level beam is almost as powerful as Zarya full charge. It's just absolutely unbelievable the amount of damage and pressure that she can create. So being able to play out of her range or being able to play so fast into her, you know, is literally the only thing that you can do.
Yeah, definitely. You know, you kind of have to play at just the right pace with some of those more, how would you say, smelly cheese comps? You know, Symmetra, since the inception of this game, always been very strong in niche situations, but the thing about those niche comps is that they have glaring weaknesses.
Right. And to play off of that, you need to make those swaps. You need to see what's happening in front of you and not be so stuck that, you know, oh, if we just go one more time, or, oh, if we just try one more thing, if we just path one more way. There's how many heroes in this game? Make the swaps.
Yeah, I definitely think, because they rolled out for that first fight on Cleve Clomp with the Rhine Winston, I think the moment that you lose that first fight, the Winston needs to go, at least.
Right, because the entire message, the entire point of Cleve Clomp is choke control.
But if you don't control those chokes,
then
you know,
what's the point?
You're never going to get them.
Right.
You know, that setup is very good at holding space. It's not very good at taking it.
Correct.
And now we do move on to King's Row, so we can focus on the map at hand.
Oh, we're going to get a little more of that cheese that you like.
This is Aquatik's moment. That being said, it looks like Nautilus is utterly shameless, possibly.
Nautilus wants absolutely nothing to do with first point if they play this correctly.
This is a shameless composition.
Hey, I am not going to hate on them because of this, because it still takes the right amount of coordination to get this composition done. Because you have to be able to follow up on the damage that the Bastion does and the space that it creates. So
personally,
hey,
this composition, I always keep it in the pocket for the second offense.
Sure,
you know?
Sure, that's fair. But
now you're giving
Yogg
the game
on Diva, he could do good stuff here.
There's a Bastion on high ground, putting out a ton of damage here onto Crafty. Crafty's barrier basically non-existent. Though, headed back all the way up.
Check
Has
out
already
the hotel.
Point control taken.
Honor says, no, get back in the hotel.
And a big Maywall coming up, cutting off Azer. That's a lot of damage out for them, as Zeus does manage to get that opening hit. And now they're just kind of trying to get their toes back onto the point, make something happen.
Elias is really trying.
Honor is just shelling out damage here, but Gamer is the one who falls.
Yeah.
And
Griffin.
ultimately, you know, they may have lost the battle here, but Honor is still up there, and there's still really nothing you can do when that Sig barrier is around. And now Honor popping that ultimate to shell out damage. And it does look like this is going to be the cap.
I gotta say though, for as long as they held that, incredibly impressive walls from Griffin. Like, honestly, to get those kills, there is absolutely no way that they would have done that without Griffin's walls. They were really, really great. Griffin, Yogg being able to eat the damage and be able to eat the healing even from Sully to make that possible. That was a solid hold against what they were up against.
You gotta wonder if Aquatic will answer back on their offense, but for now we're living in the present as Crafty's rolling up, manages to find a 3-man shatter through the window.
Man.
You know, that one gamer just falling a second early before they could get the healing from their team.
That was a
Through
response.
that window popped by Sully. And that is how you take back the cart in a very advantageous position. This choke can be a devil to break.
Yeah, yeah. And with the Ice Queen herself, the devil, Griffin playing at an incredibly high level right now.
It does look like they lost a couple bodies though, so they're falling back, getting a little bit of space. Not a bad
Unfortunately,
choice.
there's still going to be a hotel in the choke here if they do choose to fight in streets here.
All right, it does look like Aquatic is ready to take their engagement here. Zeus pushing up deep with this high noon, creating a ton of space. Honor getting cut off from their team is going to fall first as Lamp comes out from Sully, doesn't manage to do a whole lot. And now another aggressive retake from Aquatic, making the most of these ultimates to clean up Azer and take back control of this cart. This time losing no one, so now they can abuse this choke.
Yeah, I think that, what was I going to say here? I think that being able to identify the strengths of Nautilus is finally here. I think they finally know exactly what they need to do.
Ooh, Shatter comes out, but Gamer blocks it. And now the entirety of Nautilus choked up into this tiny little hallway as Zeus is left out by themselves.
Oh
Manages to find Doc, and Jog finds 4 with a bomb. That is huge.
Break the shield with High Noon, hit the bomb with Yogg. Absolutely fantastic. the patience from those two.
If you gaze upon the ultimate banks, that was a lot invested.
It sure was.
And you gotta wonder if they're gonna be able to hold it here. We've got the Space Jam online for Nautilus rolling up as they take back control of the cart. Jog eats the grab, and that could be a big turnaround here as they put the pin onto that gamer. And the Lamp is gonna manage to keep them alive, but Crafty's just holding that barrier. Honor finds Ice Spirit. Ooh, and the Meteor Strike from Azer cleaning up Crafty, as now it does look like this is going to be their opportunity to roll this cart into second checkpoint.
We're going to have to check the replay on that one. I have no idea how that Immortality Field went through the May wall. He should not have lived that charge.
I think the May wall had an opening between it and the wall. It just wasn't large enough for Gamer to go through.
Well, I would be intrigued to check the replay, but either way.
But definitely something to look for.
Yeah, Griffin, he's got to come up big again as he did on first. On
Both
the
of
beginning
these
second
Reinhardt
point
now looking for Earth Shatters. You got to wonder who's going to drop it first. A lot of pressure here on Crafty's barrier. As Gamer's desperately trying to get out, but Griffin says no, sir. And ooh, it's Crafty who falls. Both Rhines trading out. 2 down for both teams, but spawn advantage in favor of Aquatic here. As Azer takes a dive.
Ice Spirit moves over to the Brigitte here to try and put a little more pressure on Azer, diving in the backline. You know, Yogg is keeping a close eye on him, but I think this is going to be a huge swap.
And we've got a lot of ultimates online for Aquatic here as Crafty's still looking to make this Earth Shatter happen. Got to wonder if he's going to drop it here.
Real early immortality.
Ooh, as Honor cleans up Crafty, a bomb coming out, blocked by Gamer.
Good shield.
Is now Jog losing their mech immediately after the rematch, and that's unfortunate.
Zwyas is looking for a big High Noon here. Do you think he's going to be able to get it? No, Ashley's got good eyes.
Possibly, but ultimately I think where you're sitting is just kind of ineffective. You got to make a play now if you're going to make one.
Oh no, he's done.
He comes out, manages to find nothing with that lamp, and ultimately you just kind of got egg on your face.
The whole team turns around and gets him.
The whole team turns around to go get him. Maybe that was the play.
Yeah, maybe.
The whole team forgot about the fight up front.
True.
To go swarm a McCree. That being said, still a lot of bodies on the line for Nautilus here.
Yeah, are they going to be able to get back in time here? Zwyas is going to have to rate.
The question. It doesn't look like Yandere is going to be able to touch.
Real close, real close.
With 147.
Not bad, honestly.
Really not bad. I do think I would have liked to see the McCree High Noon distraction come out a little earlier.
Yeah.
To buy more time for their team. Because ultimately, you know, you're crouching in that mega room for so long that a grav comes out and your teammates start to take a bunch of damage. And by that point, you know, they're not in a position, they're not healthy enough to
Sure.
take the fight without you once you do die.
Or even, you know, he was still pretty close. I think he was in within flashbang range of the Lucio to get the Lucio kill then high noon, maybe. But then again,
Possibly.
you know, it's all just in the moment. It's really tough to say if that was possible.
Ready for battle.
But yeah,
Ultimately, I believe that
solid
was
hold.
Zuias just getting hit with the lamp Omega lol.
Yeah, that's a rough. It's a big rough. Big oof. But yeah, Griffin back to his Pharah here, which could be real good against this composition with the Mei and the Doomfist. But then again, Azer's
Mei,
Doomfist
Doomfist,
does
Zarya.
like to attack pharmacies. So you
Indeed.
know,
Azer's been
crazy.
making it work tonight.
Yeah. But then again, Crafty and Yogg, they're going to be very slow with the Honor Mercy. So Ashy Gamer and Sox are going to be on them if Honor is able to set up the walls as Griffin was able to on the defense round.
I think the big thing is they hold this point more than likely for about, I'd say, a minute, maybe a minute and a half, if things go well.
Till Barrage comes up.
Until Barrage. The
Yeah.
moment the Barrage is online, you have no answers.
Yeah, they have nothing.
And if Griffin makes it big, it's going to be big, because
Yeah.
3,
it's a ton of damage.
1.
Well, let's see if your prediction holds true. Double bubble too. Getting a little swapped ups here. So
Definitely interesting to see Crafty moving away from the Reinhardt, since Aquatik has
right.
seemed to favor.
But I see a lot of poke coming here, a lot of building, a lot of trying to build up an ultimate. But then again, Nautilus could just run at them.
Crafty going
just gonna
deep,
try.
and it does look like that's exactly what Nautilus is going to do. Sox taking down Ice Spirit. Honor finding Zuias as Yandere brings back Ice Spirit, only to die themselves. And the question is, how much fortune are we really going to have building our ultimates if we're all dead?
Right. I think they went in a little too fast there. Like a
It does
little
look
too
like,
early.
Zuias has made a very quick swap
Yeah.
to the Tracer here.
I mean, yeah, I think Crafty just went in too deep with no real way to get out.
Yeah, it's tough
And-
because you gotta save that jump, more or
Right.
less. You can't really go super deep. It's your only way out.
See, they're just getting straight in the back line.
And Griffin hunting Azer here. This could be their opportunity, actually. That is a big opportunity for them, but Ice Spirit falling to that one gamer.
Crafty deep.
But it is
Chase
Aquatik here
Sox.
that is surrounding the team of SS Nautilus and just chipping away.
Boy, that was a round of outfight if I've ever seen
Hey,
one.
check the time bank. Minute and a half.
Huh.
Nothing's gonna stop me.
All right.
I'm a genius.
You
Caught live on camera.
Gigabrain, this guy. And I mean, Barrage did come up just as they capped, but he didn't have to use it, so you were really close. You were very close.
But let's look at that ultimate bank here for Nautilus. That is a very healthy place to be. Both teams
Yeah.
actually coming up on 6 ultimates each.
Oh,
As Barrage finds 2, is met with a Blizzard. That could be an opportunity here. Crafty with the Primal is going to survive a little bit. The Gamer with the pin is going to do a ton of damage. As now it's Azer going super deep, trying to take out Jog, but getting punished themselves by Griffin, waiting for them at the pub.
I love how the cart has not moved out of garage.
Yes.
So they're probably still going to get a fight at bookstore. If they
Yes,
if
more
they
than
so
likely.
choose.
Either bookstore or around the
Around the
brewery.
hotel, yeah. Honor this guy. This guy doesn't freaking miss. Unbelievable.
Really impressive showing from Honor tonight on the brewery.
A cowboy in this day and age with the hit scan nerf, being able to take out Mara first and then Mercy, he had to hit, what, every single shot? Unbelievable.
And a very aggressive push from Nautilus, dropping the window to put out even more damage. Zuias finds Honor. And Griffin taking out Sully.
Big
Gamer
shots.
falling to Zuias as well. And despite the lack of an Ana here, it does look like they are doing just fine as Aquatik gets this cart rolling once again.
Now see, this is my favorite thing about Tracer Pharah compositions. Tracer has the mobility to be, you know, pretty much wherever you need her to be. Pharah is able to put in that splash damage, Tracer follows up. It is so much fun to watch the two being able to work in tandem together to be able to accomplish their goals. It's just, I think it's great.
Yandere with unfortunate movement is going to get cleaned up immediately there, and that is a big opportunity here for Nautilus. Griffin looks like they're looking for it, is going to pop it here. Finds Sully, but gets immediately murdered.
Maybe a swap?
Perhaps.
Nope.
That's a no.
Interesting. Okay.
As that is actually a really great opportunity here for Nautilus. You know, 2.5 minutes on the clock. This is a really tough walk back from spawn. But Zuias finding Honor on the flank.
Oh!
That was a...
Oh, an Ice Spirit now.
Acer takes down Ice Spirit again in spawn.
Well, he's
Ice
still
Spirit has just kind of been the punching bag in this DPS line.
Yeah.
The support line, that is.
Oh, Ashy almost walked right into that ball spawn.
Azer going hard for it once more. Griffin finds Azer, manages to punish that aggressive Tracer play. As now it's Zuias who's in deep, putting out damage, creating a ton of distractions so that Griffin can roll up with these damage-boosted rockets. And Crafty's going to clean up that one gamer.
Oh, Yogg really
now that's a
wanted
lot
that
of blue
kill.
in the kill feed. 3 minutes, 10 seconds on the clock, rolling into third point.
A little Tracer
Crafty
duel.
looks like they want to get aggressive. As it is Zuias and Azer battling around this Mega. Zuias asserting dominance!
Oh, that was really
Alpha
good.
Tracer!
I hope you got that on camera. That was a really good duel. That was really fun to watch.
Asserting themselves as the dominant Tracer in this lobby, as now it is that one gamer sitting on this Earth Shattered. Crafty desperately trying to build the last 5% of theirs. Looks like Crafty's trying to bait it out. Lands the Nano. That's a ton of damage onto Gamer's barrier. An Earth Shatter comes out into that window. Crafty does manage to land the pin onto Honor before getting shattered himself, but Gamer cleans him up. Griffin popping the barrage. Manages to find two, and that is a ton of kills coming up. It's just Azer touching the cart right now, keeping things alive as we're rolling in 2 minutes on the clock. And somehow Aquatik managing to get an even better time bank than Nautilus with 2 minutes, 15 seconds.
As uneven as the score is right now on maps, this has been an incredibly tight series. These two teams, you know, only 30 seconds separates them here on King's Row going into the second round of pushes. And both of them accomplished it in very different ways. Tell me just real quick here, who do you think is going to be more important from each side here going into their second set of pushes?
Define more important.
Who is going to lead their team to victory on this second round of pushes?
Well, I think if you are Nautilus, you're probably looking at Honor. Because right now it looks like Aquatik is in love with Griffin's Pharah.
Yeah.
They run it and they do not swap. They commit. And thus far tonight, Honor has been doing a great job of reining it in, and I think that is really kind of their one hope.
Okay. Okay. And what about on the side of Aquatik?
If I'm looking at Aquatik, I honestly think this second offense, it's got to be Crafty. Crafty has to come up big here. He has to start asserting dominance over Gamer.
Yeah. Ice Spirit's got to stay alive. Oh, Honor on the Ash. We haven't seen this yet.
Going to the long range, but very interesting. Because now it's Crafty standing in this statue, looking to get an early brawl going, trying to get that ult charge moving. Zuias falls very low. Azer with a bit of revenge for that last Tracer duel.
Tracer 1v1 is 1-1.
Indeed. Azer cleans up Griffin, who is going real deep for Honor. Oh, but Azer gets grabbed by an unfortunate pin from Crafty.
Oh, that is a bummer.
That being said, there's a lot of red bodies on this point right now. As a very decisive first point offense coming out from Nautilus and non-reliant on a Bastion this time.
Tell me this. Has a res gotten stopped this entire match?
I don't
think so. I think that is more on the Mercy and the team being able to help them get the reses off than a team trying to stop them. I think there has been multiple attempts on stop reses, but I think these two Mercies are really, really good.
30 seconds.
We've entered the last 30 seconds of this offense. That overtime wick very close to being in play. As it looks like Nautilus is going for a very greedy position, wants to take as much space as possible, possibly make a play here on this point. Gamer's trying to get the shatter going. But Kraft is going to land it off the back of that stun from Griffin.
Unreal.
And with a Nano Rhine that is absolutely huge. Going to block that. Ashy finding the res onto Gamer, who now has a Earth Shatter of their own, but they're not going to actually get it. Zoyas with the big pick with the Pulse Bomb. And it looks like this could be the moment where the cart stops. The buck stops outside of Pub. But Sox is managing to keep it alive for a long time here.
Yeah.
And now there are bodies coming back from Nautilus here. Gamer still has an Earth Shatter in the pocket. Crafty just needs to block it.
It's
Crafty doesn't manage to block it. Ooh, but the big nade coming out from Ice Spirit is going to clean up Gamer, and this is where the cart stops. 61.54 meters.
That was a heck of a defense.
3.
Indeed.
That was a heck of a defense. Coming off with just being able to land that stun shatter. Oh, gives you chills. Good.
Stun Shatter is probably one of the harder shatter combos to land.
Yeah, because, you know, Ryan's at this level, they should know, or they know what's coming. And to be able to...
There's a lot of variables.
Yeah. Walk us through it, if you would.
I mean...
As someone who played Ryan and McCree at a high level.
So, obviously, if you shatter in the moment that the stun lands, like, I think it does still land, but you kind of have to be, like, really on it. Most people typically go for a, like, preemptive, like, they start the Earth Shatter and then stun, which does leave an opportunity if the enemy Rhine has the reflex to flick their shield up, block the stun, and flip it back down. You know, so it is one of those things where you are committed to the play. And if the Rhine can land the big outplay, which in that case, Gamer did not.
It's tough.
If they can land the big outplay, then your Kree's way up and your Rhine just lost Shatter, and that sucks. But if you do manage to land it, it's always impressive.
Right.
Attackers incoming. Defend objective.
Oh, we're getting a double shield versus rush here. Well,
yeah, it does
hybrid
look
rush.
like Nautilus
the torp,
opting
too.
to just sit on high ground.
For now.
Poke away.
For now.
But ultimately, Aquatik playing this very well, just getting beneath them, forcing this team to drop. Crafty taking a ton of damage, though, is surrounded. Going to get the lamp from Ice Spirit. And it does look like they're going to get topped up. That barrier is dangerously low, though, and that damage coming out from that Orisa.
No ticks.
No
but
ticks.
A lot of kills from Griffin.
Griffin is doing Pharah things right now. As they are going to find Sully, and ultimately, Aquatik, very clean showing from them thus far, you know. Really, they lost no one on that offense.
Now,
Things were looking a little shady there for Crafty.
Yeah.
Absolutely in the thick of it.
Yeah, so tell me this. What happened on the rotation there? Was it the tanks, or was it just Griffin having incredible position?
Well, I think ultimately it's not a question of like a rotation per se. I think it's the amount of people that drop. Like half the team dropped.
Right.
And I think ultimately you
it
really only need the one. You know, you are playing this Baptiste. Let your Sigma drop. Your Sigma's going to eat some rockets, live for a really long time, and then you lamp them when things get dire. And ultimately, that buys you time. But when everybody drops, it makes more opportunities for Griffin to just kind of, you know, shell out on the bunched up enemies.
Yeah.
A Gravitic Flux is coming out from Sox here, trying to make something happen. Ice Spirit is going to drop that lamp to keep himself healthy. As it is Crafty now dropping a huge Earth Shatter, followed up by Griffin finding 3 with that barrage. And Ashy almost punished, but not quite. Is going to find Honor here.
And Honor do it.
But with Honor and Ashy being the only ones left, It's only a matter of time. Ashy doing a ton of movement to keep things alive. But Aquatik not going down so easily.
Yeah, that was a really fun King's Row to watch. That was definitely a battle of
Play of the game.
composition swaps. I really enjoyed that. Quite a lot, actually. There was a mix of coordination. This was really fun.
Nerf this.
Break the shield, bomb.
Double kill.
Good stuff. There was a lot of really good ult combos in this map too. Not only that, but the stun shadow that we just got talking about. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah, definitely. Aquatik really cleaning it up on that map.
Yeah, I was very happy to see a couple of tracer duels between Zwias and Azer. Griffin just holding true on the Pharah, and Yandere playing a really solid Mercy, and as we mentioned earlier, just being able to get the reses off again and again and again. Crafty and Gamer, great Rhine duels. Yogg and Sox, some really solid Diva play as well as some solid Zarya play. Honestly, I think these two teams are really going and showing us everything that they have, because like we said at the beginning of this cast, third place gets nothing.
Yeah. Except the joy of Overwatch.
Well, the joy of competition is nice, but when you come this close, it definitely leave a bad taste in your mouth.
Yeah, the fact of the matter is that these teams want to be the very best.
Yeah. Yeah.
No one ever was.
Yeah. I think that both of these teams know very well what the objectives of their compositions are. I think that without looking at the stats, two of the people that have died the most on these first couple of maps have been Sully and Ice Spirit. I think that the flex support position is the position that you need to go for every single time, because without them, it's going to be very difficult for each side to accomplish their goals. We are going to Hanamura. Fantastic. There is a lot of things that can accomplish first point here. TPs, rushes, TPs, dives, double shield, you name it.
So many TPs that you said TPs twice.
Exactly. There's so many different places that you can go. There's so many different places that you can go.
I'm definitely not going to be surprised if we see Symmetra strategy coming out here. I mean, at this point, it's not novel for Hanamura. People kind of expect it.
Yeah.
I think most of the community has kind of figured out how to punish it. But sometimes it works. It just works. If you do the thing and you do it right and you don't mess it up, it works.
Just do it right, Forehead.
It really is a question of TP placement. That being said, we saw on King's Row that Nautilus not afraid to will not shy away from a cheesy comp. And so I wouldn't be surprised if we see that coming out here on this first offense.
Initiating
We can see some more Torb here as well. Hopefully we can see Honor play that Ashe this time and get a little bit more done.
You had talked actually about the flex support position being one of the first things out of every fight. And I too have noticed this. And I think it's very interesting because there's like this constant cycle of, whether you're Aquatik with Zwias or Nautilus with Azer, hungry for that backline, goes and finds the flex support. But then whether it's Ashy or Yandere just not getting punished on the res, it's almost as if Resurrect just doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Because it's being spent on the flex support every fight.
Essentially, yeah.
But
Because
it's for both teams. It's an incredible mirror of effect. Because like Zwias on the Tracer, Azer on the Doomfist, both having a very successful time of performing their job of finding a pick onto the backline.
Yep.
But ultimately, we've seen so much really solid Mercy play, really on top of things, that it really hasn't been a problem for either team.
Attackers incoming. Defend objective.
We are going
It
to
does
see
look like
TP
they've
here.
scouted this TP. Looks like they don't want to hold too close to the choke, kind of hold in the middle of this courtyard.
The TP versus the Pharah, it might be difficult though. Oh, they're going close? No, they're
Is
going.
a
Oh,
smart
I see what they're
TP
doing.
location from Honor, going for top instead of straight to point. Classic
I love
Honor.
this.
As now Honor moved up to this 3rd level beam, putting out a ton of damage. Crafty's going to have to throw up this shield, but it's just giving back more ammo. Ashy did fall first, but Griffin falling off the map, and Azer finding Zuias. This is actually a great opportunity for Nautilus to clean this up, as this beam from Honor is just doing so much damage. And Ashy is already back.
Love
What
it.
a tremendous showing from this offense. Just
Yeah.
very clean play.
Yeah, that TP up on top of the building over on left side, really fun way to swap the map. And you know, with Honor and Azer, just being able to get it done, being able to keep Honor alive, 3rd level beam, as you said multiple times, incredibly powerful.
It looks like they are going to battle for this high ground now. Azer going deep, finds Ice Spirit. What a rollout there, like kind of slid through the doorways to make that one happen. And Azer finding Zuias as well. Yandere falls to Honor. And now just a few bodies left for Aquatik, but that one Gamer's all alone on the point. Azer coming in to punch Crafty to oblivion!
He comes out of nowhere!
And it's just Jog touching this objective right now, as now it's Zuias trying to keep things alive, trying to stall a little bit.
Azer, these people have families.
Bodies coming off respawn. Shatter blocked by Crafty, but it's not going to be enough. Loses his own Shatter against the wall of the spawn. And that's a 5-minute, 8-second time bank.
Oh my god.
Nautilus has decided that they would like this match to end.
Score.
Oh my god.
They said, okay, Aquatic's not playing around, you know, King's Realm. Didn't work out.
Whoa.
And what a decisive offense. Oh my.
Azer must have been at the full range of that punch to hit Crafty. He came fully off screen to hit him. Like I was back on bridge looking at point, and he just comes from the choke to punch him into the wall. Unbelievable.
That's what we call a punch from Narnia.
Yeah. Oh, jeez. Bring up the wiki. How far can you punch? Jesus. This guy.
Oh my. And that's just tough because you're Crafty there and you've got the Earth Shatter online and you're just like ready to make a play happen. You're holding your bear and you're like, I'm going to wait and I'm going to be healthy. And then you're just gone.
Yeah.
From something that started nowhere near you. Oh, that
gosh.
is unfortunate. And now a 5-minute, 8-second time bank. Ooh, that's going to be a tough one to beat.
Yeah.
But
So-
we have seen Aquatik come up pretty big. You know, last map, you know, we said that Nautilus had a pretty good time bank ending 3rd point, and they managed to beat it out. So you never know what's going to happen with these two teams.
Yeah. And I just did a little sneak peek at Azer's profile. 150 hours on Doomfist. His next closest hero is in like the 20s. So
That tracks.
I think he knows how to play Doomfist. But Honor on the Soldier here. We haven't seen Soldier yet.
Studying the ways of the fist.
Yeah. Oh man.
Right, it looks like no cheesy sim TP strats, so that one Gamer kind of being left alone at this choke. A big fight devolving on top of this building now as Griffin does fall to Socks.
That's why it's just taking point.
That's a lot of damage gone for Aquatik here. Now Jog's just trying to make something happen, but that mech is falling dangerously low. They are going to get demeched.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't try and get out earlier there, but you know. It happens.
Jog.
We tried to get the kill for it.
Taking the lead.
Good effort.
And it's kind of funny to look at the way that Nautilus is set up here. You know, Gamer looks lonely down there.
He does, but I'm sure he's fine. I'm sure he's fine. And
But
it's not like
ultimately-
he's the target of any of these fights anyway. He's just trying to do what he do his best. Like down there, like, you know, all of these people helping out Gamer down on the ground. There's no way that they're going to kill him. They have to go for the rest of the team, and they just ignore him.
Honestly, I think it might actually be the other way around. I think they committal to, like, it might be an overcommittal to try and take them off high here, without
I
first dealing with Gamer. Maybe just take the fight to point.
See,
Because
he
in
did
that point,
die.
you like force them to fight on your terms. But right now, it looks like they're just fighting on Nautilus's terms. You know, they're like,
Yeah.
oh, they want to strip there, and we want to take it from them.
So like, this fight, do you think they just go and try and kill Gamer?
Maybe. I think that would be the play. Alternatively, just go straight to point.
Yeah, because when they go for Gamer, immediately Azer and Socks are going to come down, and then it's a 6v3.
I'd say
Do
your
you-
bet might be send tanks and Tracer to point. Leave
Okay.
Ice Spirit main choke. Nano, as things happen, let Griffin do his thing.
Well,
But ultimately, you got to do something to force this. Griffin is going to drop that barrage, finds Sully, but Azer cleaning him up. And still a lot of kills coming up for Nautilus as Ashy's going to bring Sully back into the fight, making that barrage more or less worthless.
As well as that primal. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay.
And at this point, we do see the swap from Griffin over to the Echo. Still
I like
playing
that.
the airborne pocket, but
I like that.
maybe playing it a little bit differently. Crafty off the Winston to the Rhine, and Zuias from the Tracer to the Sim. They are, I guess, going to go for more of a Sim TP strat, but it's kind of a quasi-Sim comp.
I mean, we'll see what happens here.
Doing their TPing straight to point.
So they might be able to get Yacht here. Or
And
Sox,
just
rather.
like that, Nautilus is forced off of that high ground. Got to wonder what they're going to be able to make happen. Sox finds two. Both supports, one with the bomb, one with the remech. And on that note, that fight is over before it began. An absolutely dominant defense thus far from Nautilus as they are very keen on closing out this series. And you got to wonder, Aquatik has to be feeling on the back foot right now.
Yeah, they can't feel good about how this last map has gone. Being absolutely demolished, 5 minutes left on the clock to being 30 seconds in and not really having much to show for it.
And
Or
Honor
really anything
with
to show
that
for
pocket's always gonna clean up Griffin every time. Like,
Yeah.
ultimately,
getting in.
I feel like they had the tools, but they've just kind of misplayed this offense a little bit.
That's a good
They
sleep.
misunderstood the objective. That being said, 10 seconds remain, and Azer is out of the fight finally. Still a lot of healthy bodies here for Aquatik. They could make something happen. A two-man shatter coming out from that one gamer, but Crafty answering back with a pin of their own is going to live here for just a little while. Trying to clean up this Baptiste is going to be able to find Sully. A meteor strike coming out from Azer. Doesn't manage to find much of anything. And finally, it looks like Aquatik is going to take this objective.
Azer's in,
Azer
man.
has
This guy-
other things to say. Almost
doesn't
cleaning
take
up
no for an
both
answer.
supports. Finally kind of accepting his fate as now it's just Crafty and Yandere going to bring Ice Spirit back in with a res. And oh my, things were on the ropes there for a minute.
Yeah, we get to play more Hanamura. Yay!
Aquatik wants this second point. They won't be able to match that time bank, but
No
you know, with
way.
3 minutes, there is certainly a possibility that they end with the time bank.
Yeah, for sure. Griffin goes over to the soldier here. Very interesting. Ashy swapping to the Lucio, so we are going to get to see body slam into each other real quick.
The double hit scan into this Doomfist
I
is going to
hate
be a
that.
little all or nothing, I think.
Azer rolling out, rolling in,
And just
he's
like
out.
that, Azer taking Griffin out of the equation. Sox tossing a bomb, does find Crafty. Honor cleaning up Ice Spirit, and all the kills coming up Nautilus right now. As
go and clean those up.
Yandere is forced to retreat, but is not able to escape. Now it's just Jog, the sole survivor from an absolute massacre.
Wow. Griffin going back to the comfort pick here. Let's see what Sox and Honor have to say about that. But they do have a couple of ultimates to work with here. I don't know, man. At least they're trying a different path here. I like it.
High noon from Zuias at this main choke, trying to create a little bit of space.
Punched.
Jog taking the fight to point. Doesn't manage to get that first tick quite yet. Ooh, Gamer landing a two-man shatter on both of the tanks is going to clean up Crafty, and now it's Jog forced to run away. Getting that double pocket from their supports is going to remain healthy, but are you going to be able to get out with your lives? Just 3 remaining for Aquatik here. Desperately running back to spawn. And wow.
Yeah. So where do they go now? What exactly do they need to do? Obviously, they need to watch for the engages from Azer. Zuias needs to keep his head on a swivel because he and Ice Spirit are the only people that can stop him. With
I
stuns.
definitely think
CC.
playing split right now isn't to their strengths. Because as we're going to see, Azer's going to roll out here. Oh, does get stunned actually by Zuias, but answering back with a punch of his own. Going to drop that Meteor Strike onto Ice Spirit. And that's just exactly what I'm saying. You know, if you move as a group here, maybe Azer doesn't just get a free kill on Ice Spirit.
what blows me away, more than just like the roll-S from Azer, the peel from Socks, the Ryan 1v1s from Gamer and Crafty, is that Honor is able to kill Griffin through pocket so many times.
Indeed,
Right?
you know, a
Really?
task to be sure, and
It's
doing it
unbelievable.
very well.
It's unbelievable.
It's honestly
they
the
did
reason why I'm a little surprised at this point that they have committed so hard to this Pharah pick, because even though it
Right.
has gotten them a little bit of mileage, I gotta wonder
no!
if the diminishing returns on that just aren't worth it. Ooh, as a... It looks like Crafty does actually manage to block that bomb and counter. But that one, Gamer with a two-man shatter, is going to be more than enough to clean up the backline of Aquatik, and it does look like this is the moment, ladies and gentlemen. SS Nautilus are going to the finals for a rematch.
Victory.
Yeah. Wow. A rematch with Celestial Wind is what you were looking to say.
Yes. Celestial Wind. That's the name
Guys,
of the team.
great games. Great game from these two teams. Nautilus and Aquatik, you gave us an absolute show. I gotta say, I'm pretty sure. Well, I'm pretty sure I've said it at least 50 times. It was really fun to watch these two teams play.
Indeed. You know, it was really touch and go on a lot of those maps. You know, it was very close.
Yeah.
Hanamura, maybe not so much, but
I think that might have been the most one-sided out of all
it,
four
it
maps.
it was pretty much the only one-sided map that we saw tonight, I would say. Everything
Yeah.
else was very back and forth, very even, and just ultimately a lot of fun to watch. So thank you, Aquatik. Thank you, SS Nautilus, for, you know, giving us some good Overwatch.
Yeah, thank you so much, guys. This was really great. Aquatik, thank you so much for participating in this tournament. SS Nautilus, we are super excited to see you play against Celestial Wind tomorrow in the finals of the Encore Fall Mini-Tournament. Guys, this was fun to watch. I had an absolute blast casting this game with you, Otel, as I always do. Yeah, so thank you all so much for watching. My name is Professor AJ. Joining me tonight was Otel Daraj and the one and only Ariel. Join us again tomorrow at 8 p.m. EST for the final of the Encore Overwatch Fall Miniature Tournament. And we'll see you then. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a great night.